Hi, my name is Praneeth. Welcome to my channel Everyday Space. In today's video, we're going to discuss a project that I made on the Arduino circuit. So what is an Arduino? An Arduino is a small microcontroller, which is basically like a mini computer and can carry out small, easy tasks. This Arduino can be used in a simple switch at your house to sending an entire satellite into space. So let's discuss how a circuit works and what it did in this project. So this project comprises of many parts. I have 3 LEDs, 2 red and 1 green. I have 1 switch, 3 220 ohm resistors and 1 kilo ohm resistor. And I also have a bunch of jumper wires, which can be black, red, yellow, or orange. So every circuit needs a power. This Arduino gets 5 volts of electricity to this USB port. When I plug it in, it will get 5 volts of electricity. This red wire will carry this electricity into the breadboard. The breadboard will power these 3 LEDs and the switch. The ground wire will go from the breadboard to the Arduino. This is basically like used electricity. So how does this circuit work? So the breadboard gets powered now. So these 3 220 ohm resistors give these 3 LEDs power. These 3 LEDs will then use up the power and give it back to the ground through those 3 wires. These 3 wires give it back to the ground and will give digital output to the 3 LEDs. This switch will get power from this 10 kilo ohm resistor and this red wire. This kilo ohm resistor will carry power from the switch to the ground area. And this orange wire will take digital input from the switch and give it to the Arduino. So this is how this basic circuit works. Hi, so now I have my USB set up to my computer. And I have uploaded the code and I have it open up here. This is the Arduino IDE. So the first group of code that we see is a void setup. Void setup is like the base for the rest of the code. So if it says here, pin mode 3, 4, and 5 are all output, that means the computer will give the code to those 3 pins. So if we look at the Arduino, 3, 4, and 5 are all the yellow wires. All of the yellow wires go to these 3 LEDs. So these are output and are giving code to these 3 LEDs. The next one that we have is pin mode 2, which is input, which is the orange wire that I have here. That means the switch will be giving information to the Arduino and to this IDE. So that's why it's called input, because the switch is the one giving the code, not the Arduino. So after we get the void setup done, we have the base for our Arduino code. Now we go into our void loop, which basically means it will go on forever and ever. It will never stop until we tell it specifically to stop. So we have an if-else statement here. That means there's 2 possible outcomes. The first one is if the switch state is high. Switch state means the switch. And high means if I don't touch it, it will be on high. And for these 3 LEDs, which is digital write 3, digital write 4, and digital write 5, they will all be high as well. So that basically means if I don't touch the switch, all 3 of these LEDs would be on. Else, which means if the switch state is low or it is touched on, all 3 of these LEDs will now also be low, which means they'll turn off like this. So this basically means the switch can turn off all 3 of these lights or keep them on if nothing is done with the switch. This is the basic code for any Arduino program. Now I'll make a small change in the code to see how basically it works. So now the switch state is high, so I'm not touching the switch. So if I make it low, and digital write 5 also low, Now, both of the red LEDs are low. And now let me make both of these red LEDs on if the switch state is low, which means when I press it, these red LEDs will turn on. Okay, so we have it here. So basically, if the switch state is not on, or if I don't touch it, the green LED will be high and the red LEDs will be off. If I push it down, the green LED will turn off and the red LEDs will turn on. So I'm just going to verify my code to make sure the code is correct. If I make any mistakes in my code, verifying it will help make it change before it is actually uploaded onto the Arduino. So it says it's done compiling, so that means everything in my code is right. So then I'm uploading it to the Arduino now through the USB port. So I finished uploading. So as you can see, I didn't touch the switch. So these two are off and the green LED is on. But when I touch the switch, the red LEDs turn on and the green one turns off. This is how you can make basic changes to the Arduino program. So thanks for watching, and if you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe and like.